outstanding two-sport athlete in field hockey and tennis, Nancy Lowe brought new meaning to the word clutch during her time wearing the orange and blue. Playing as a link for the field hockey team, her leadership and playmaking skills helped lift the program to unprecedented success. A 4-year letter winner, the Southport, Connecticut native guided the Bullets to their first MAC title as a sophomore in 1979 when she earned All-MAC second-team status. In the championship game, she had a goal and connected on the title-clinching score in the flick-off as Gettysburg defeated Wilkes 2-1. Her big game performances would become a theme as 9 of her 13 goals were scored during postseason play. Her brightest moment came during her junior campaign when Gettysburg claimed its first ever AIAW national championship. The Bullets defeated Hartwick by a score of 1-0 in the title game in Roanoke, Virginia, and a crowd of several hundred greeted them upon their return to campus. Along the way, she helped the Bullets put together a 16-4-1 record and repeat as MAC champions while capturing the IAW regional title. Once again, she came through when it counted the most, scoring 1 goal in the team's AIAW first-round win over Hollins, as well as 2 goals, including the game winner in the Bullets' 3-2 victory over Denison in the quarterfinals. As a team tri-captain during her senior year, she helped guide the Bullets to their second straight appearance in the national tournament under head coach Lois Bowers as the Bullets finished 5th. She scored a career-high 6 goals for the season and earned a spot on the All-MAC honorable mention list as Gettysburg finished 12-7-1. Competing for the Bullets women's tennis squad, she put together a fine 18-5 record over her 2 seasons with the team. She was a perfect 8-0 in singles play during her freshman season. She also played on the team's #1 doubles tandem as a sophomore, finishing 4-2. After graduating from Gettysburg in 1982 with a degree in political science, she worked for a state representative in Connecticut before entering the nursing field. She and her husband, Pete, who is a pastor, reside with their 4 children in Hurley, New York, where they have started a new church. Ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to introduce and wish a very happy birthday to Nancy Lowe Schultz.
Well, thank you very much. It is an incredible honor to be included among these athletes and among the athletes that you read about on the plaques in the Bream Gym. It is an honor. And I actually had a fun time this summer pouring through the pictures and the newspaper clippings to send to Corey this summer, and what a flood of memories came back to me at that time. And it's also wonderful to return to the college here. What a beautiful day it was today. Gettysburg holds a special place in our hearts. Probably one of my greatest gifts from Gettysburg College is my best buddy and husband of 19 years, Pete, class of '79. And yet our history starts before then, as his mom was also an alum. And this year we embark on a new chapter as we're starting the 3rd generation with incoming freshman, our niece, Libby Lawrence. So Gettysburg has always held a special place in our hearts. And as I was saying, when I gathered some things from Corey, many memories came about. And mostly I stand before you tonight because we were a team. And we were referred to, for field hockey, we were described as 16 enthusiastic, determined young ladies on and off the field. It was said that we encouraged and cared for one another. Lois Bowers described us as a special and sympathetic group. But I had to say I smiled and remembered one thing that came to mind. I'll tell you a story about while we were at Nationals in Virginia. The local television station would highlight the tournament each night, and one clip, which was played repeatedly, included myself falling down. And these caring teammates got the biggest kick out of that. And they couldn't wait to see it every time. So thankfully, from these sympathetic girls, I learned a really important life lesson as well, and that was the lesson of humility and being able to laugh at myself. And I also had to giggle because Lois Bowers noted that um, we were one of the only teams at Nationals that had their books with them. And I will say Lois took special interest in us, and I love that about Division III sports. She was concerned about our life off the field, and academics really came first. But really, I think that statement about having our books with us can really be translated in that Sue Cannon was as smart as could be, and she studied all the time. And we actually have pictures of several of us with our books literally on top of our heads, claiming the theory of osmosis. So I kind of giggled at that statement too when I came across it. But Lois was completely right about one thing. She said that lasting friendships were being formed. And I will have to say that my tennis partner, Marianne Paparone, who's here tonight, she did then, and she would still do whatever I needed today. She would do anything for me. And also, Lois described Mikhail and Lo as a dynamic duo, best friends on and off the field. Yet what we didn't know then would be that it would be a strong, lifelong friendship. And we didn't know then how much we would need each other, as shortly after graduation, life began to deal a few blows, including the death of one of our roommates who was serving in the Peace Corps in Africa. And finally, I would have to say, though, that one of my most influential and incredible memories in my life has been the dedication of my parents. Actually, all of our parents were incredible. They traveled from Pennsylvania to New Jersey to Virginia. Before we even finished our tournament win at Nationals, they had an incredible banquet planned for us at the local hotel, and they were just there for us each step of the way. They didn't show you the picture that I sent them of my father, who even would go to the extent of hopping a fence to claim a ball, and he actually split his pants on one of those runs, but they didn't include that picture. But it is fun to mention my birthday as well. It is today, and I began to think about this. Oh, thank you. 29 years ago, I stepped on this campus to play field hockey, and I remember my birthday, would have been turning 18 my freshman year, and it was a Friday, and I remember we had a home game, and I looked up from warm-up, and what a gorgeous field hockey field we have is right in the center of everything. At that time, though, there was a split rail fence, and you could actually kind of drive into it a little bit, and I remember looking up, and there were my parents. They had come to surprise me, and that was just the kind of dedication that they showed throughout my whole career. They actually brought me a beautiful bicycle that I would ride through the battlefields for the next 4 years, and we actually just took the baby seats off of it recently. So that's just an example of the incredible support and dedication that I've received from my parents, and they're still at it because they're here tonight, as well as many other supporters. So the whole time it's been a blessing, and thank you very much.